I'm also a product of Milwaukee itself. I was born here in 1994 and raised on 32nd and Wales. And graduated from South Division High School, so I'm more Milwaukee than anybody can say. But like many Wisconsinites, I'm a lifelong Bucks fan. Even when my parents moved us to Seattle, we never stopped watching the Bucks. I remember back in 2001 when we lost our playoff run against the Philadelphia 76ers. Basketball can be heartbreaking, but so can politics when elected officials put the priorities of billionaires over the priorities of the people. I don't think anyone can deny that Fiserv Forum is a beautiful arena. But while I look at this arena and then drive back to my old neighborhood on 32nd and Wells, I see nothing has changed. In fact, things seem to be progressively getting worse. Houses are boarded up, schools are shut down, old mom and pop shops are closed for good. Not to mention there is a lead crisis that rivals that of Flint, Michigan. Why is it that we can always find money to subsidize the rich but never have the funds to redevelop for the poor? It's simple. Our government is set up to represent those with money and power. What we have is representation for the rich and powerful and virtue signaling for the rest of us. Like many, I am tired of the broken promises. This project was sold on the fact that it would be a win for everyone. But who is really reaping the benefits? Milwaukee still has a poverty rate of 25%. Out of the largest cities in this country, Milwaukee ranks second in the most impoverished cities in the nation. All while we're giving $250 million handouts to billionaires in the hopes that the investment will trickle down to the rest of us. Not to mention, this new form has not fixed the budget constraints of the city. Year after year, the city has to find new ways to cut much-needed programs. Just this year, Milwaukee's recent budget called for 209 fewer authorized positions. So if the economics of the city is not improving and the city budget continues to be constrained, I ask again, who's benefiting from this project? Again, I want to stress this is not about the Bucks themselves, but about the precedent that this decision continues to set. That it is okay to rob the taxpayers even when rich billionaires don't need the money. That it is okay to threaten cities with the relocation of a sports team if they don't get their way. It's time to start putting the priorities of the people first and not dealing with rich billionaires. Martin Luther King Jr. stated, "Far too often we have socialism for the rich and rugged capitalism for the poor." This stadium is living proof that years after his death, those words still ring true today. That is why we need a senator who will fight for the people and put the priorities of people first instead of the priorities of those with money and power. This state desperately needs representatives for the working class, and I don't believe a son of a billionaire from New York is that person. I believe Tom Nelson is the right candidate and has the right track record to prove it. As Outagamie County executive, Tom fought to ensure that jobs of paper mill workers would stay in Appleton, Wisconsin, rather than allowing them to be outsourced. He fought for student tuition grant funds while in the legislature. And to this day, he continues to be a strong advocate for the working class of this state. I have no doubt that Tom will put the priorities of people first. Let's not make the same mistake of voting for the same establishment figures and hope that things will change. Let's vote for real change. Let's get Tom elected as our next senator of Wisconsin. Thank you.